We are now ready to add another test to our email signing form. And as we can see from the acceptance criteria, we have 2 tests for signing in and 2 tests for registration. So I think it would be a good idea to create 2 test groups. So here I could add a group and I could call this sign in, and I could give it a body like this, and I could put this test widget test inside my group like this. And then I need to write the second sign-in test. So to do this, I'm going to copy the first test and then I can paste it over here. And then I can get back to my acceptance criteria and I can copy these 3 lines and I can paste it down here. And I need to fix the formatting as well. So I'm going to do that like this. And then I need to update the test body. And what we want to do in this test is to find a way to fill in the email and password before we press the sign in button. So first of all, I'm going to define 2 constants for the email and password. So here I can type const email equals email at email.com and const password equals password, like this. And next, I want to enter these values into the text fields inside our form. And just for reference, I can scroll down and I can find the email text field over here. So in my test, I could type final email field equals find.by type with text field, like this. However, in this case, I have 2 text fields and not just 1. So this line doesn't guarantee which text field I'm going to get. And to solve this problem, I propose that we use a different kind of finder instead. So in here, I'm going to type find.by key, and then I'm going to pass a key object with the value of email, like this. And inside my widget class, I'm going to add a key argument to my text field with a key of email, like this. And in practice, I found that using keys is a convenient way of referencing widgets from the widget tests. And keys are more reliable than finding widgets by text, because if the text changes or we translate our app in multiple languages, then the tests are more likely to fail. So I can use the same approach when I create the password text field. And here I can add a key called password, like this. And then I can get back to my test. And over here, I can type expect that email field finds one widget, like this. And this is just to ensure that we can find the email field, so that if this is missing, then the test fails early. And then I can type await and then tester.enter text into the email field and then email, like this. So this is what we can use to enter a text inside the text field. And then I can copy these 3 lines and paste them over here, and I can do the same for the password. So I will have password field find by key with password, and then expect that password field finds one widget, and also tester.enter text into password field with password, like this. Okay, so by adding this code, we can enter some values inside our text fields. And as we can see, when the text changes, then this onChange callback is used to update the state inside our widget. And we know that stateful widgets are rebuilt when setState is called. So this is how stateful widgets work when we run our application, but in the test environment, things are a little bit different and widgets are not rebuilt when the state changes. Instead, what we need to do is to call a method to pump the widget once again. And we can do this by calling await tester.pump, like this. And tester.pump can be used to trigger a rebuild of the widget. So the key takeaway here is that when running tests, then widgets are not automatically rebuilt when setState is called. And this is a good thing because it gives us fine-grained control on when our widget is built. And if we want our widget to update, then we can call tester.pump. Okay, so after this line is executed, we can tap on the signing button. And the last thing that we need to do is to update this verify call to say verify that mock.signin with email and password, and this time we can pass in the email and the password, and then we can say .called with 1. And 1 is the number of times that we expect this method to be called. Okay, so we can try to run this test. And as we can see, it has passed. And just for reference, I want to show you that if I comment out the tester.pump method and run the test again, then this time we get a test failure. And this confirms that we need to call tester.pump so that we can rebuild our widget. By the way, in addition to pump, there is also another method that sometimes we might need, and this is called pump and settle. And we can use this if any animations are in progress and we need to wait until all the animations have completed. So if you want, you can check the documentation for pump and settle if you want to learn more. But for this test, then pump is good enough. Okay, so let's continue on the next video.